Hello, let's try this second time. Well, as I was saying, that this weekend was a very disturbing thing that happened. We had 4 shootings over the weekend. They did not die, thank God. And the person that was shooting didn't get caught either, that I'm aware of so far. But what I was saying is, my Aunt Lurleen, that lived in this house, died in 2008 at the age of 97. She only had one child, Regine, and she was married to Eugene Thomas. And anyway, because I guess I sort of slur. There's some editing against my better judgment, or I don't edit. Unless I insert music to the food slide, only because it was recommended by somebody. Okay, that's right. But anyway, I found it very disturbing. Sunday, I heard a shot when I was out, and I was believing that it was who was that? I thought it was Irving. Well, not Irving. Vern Jenkins. And well, see, Vern Jenkins had moved into my house that William Brox had been renting from, like, before me. You know, his mother and father moved there after. Like, they used to live really in more closer to Boxtown. Boxtown is where is like officially full estate park, but you know, like everybody that lived on that street, I don't know what happened, but they moved them, you know, like the light skins, you know, even though like we know and very proud of who we are as people that of color, it's just always been that's the but anyway, he moved. His parents had to move from over there, and they moved over here. Well, anyway, after Vern Jenkins gave him that. Well, his brother, rather, the other Jenkins, gave him a giant $20 hit, and he had that cat. Anyway, Vern moved into there. Actually broke into the window. And I tried to tell the police that he broke in the window because that would be trespassing, but they're like, this is a civil matter. Like, if somebody just, I don't understand the civil matter. If that would be different if somebody was on the lease and was continuing to stay there without paying. That would be a civil matter, opposed to what he actually did was bust into the house, which would be a trespassing, which he should have been convicted for. But we have no justice. We have policemen that, at least over here, like, their whole thing is they think they're going to get, like, the policeman thing, he had that, like, I tried to show you, like there's that little White House I said Larry Jones was in. Well, on the other side of that giant tree there, it's got really big, like pine tree, there's a brick house, and there's another brick house, and then there's a giant field. But anyway, Larry Jones bought the house, like, it's off the property, because that one White House that he moved into after he lost that house from lack of paying taxes on it and the bills and etc. His mom had paid it off. But anyway, so there was shootings here. I digress. There was shooting here over the weekend. I thought I heard. It could either be him. I was thinking it was Vern Jenkins or Larry Jones, because like anytime that they're sort of like the police are in America, when they do wrong right away, since they think you're going to retaliate, they estimate in their craziness of already doing a wrong. Wrong, you know what I'm saying? But you know, he got a couple brothers in the police station. They think, you know. Anyway, so anyway, I don't know. I don't know who was shooting, but I just assume it actually came from like right there, that, you know. And like this whole block pretty much is like family owned, you know. Like Brock Williams, he's mad because his family had owned that. All he'd have to do was pay rent. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is continue doing it. But he's listening to, not once they get on that crackhead and listen to crack. Well, he's not going to be much longer in there. And you know what I'm saying? All they're doing is they can't wait for him to die to get his shit. Personally, I could do without family and friends like that myself. Irma Jean, my cousin, used to live here, and Lorraine took care of my mom after my mom became an orphan at like the age of 12. Her mom had died like December 21st, and then her dad died like in January the next year, immediately following. Anyway, so her and Jean was sort of very close. Until my mom married and moved away, married and moved away, whatever, etc. And off we went, and of course Dad got drafted in the military, Air Force, and etc. So we moved around, and we sort of like landed in New York. But anyway, Irma Jean, I don't know. I'm just so upset over the whole situation, how violent it is here. And the main reason I think Memphis is violent, really, is because of the way, well, actually, the way Aunt Lurleen sort of said something to me, and she's known around here as Miss Water Valley, because Eugene was from Water Valley, Mississippi. And Lorraine was, was Mississippi. It was all. it wasn't like there was a border for us back then. My mom grew up in Byhalia, Mississippi, which is Indian name meant the keeper of the land. And well, anyway, well, I don't know, just so disturbing. Like they tried to do Righteous by Larry Jones, help him out and everything. And they just took advantage. But I see a worse development in the fact that there's no need, I think, anymore for the mentality of the self-destruction of the war. Because if you look at this state and you look at what they're doing to the community and to the people, well, I want to say there was an old saying, like, because of her family, like, it's an old Indian saying, and Lurleen had, I guess, Cherokee well, we had Cherokee and, the other, so part of the Fuller State Park here, well, anyway, we're part of the Araucan Nation. That covered all the Indians as well. Many nations come together as one. But anyway, I see a pattern where when the white man showed up, that his biggest con was basically, like, you can see what they did to the land and everything, that they totally destroyed it. I mean, like, I lived in Kansas for like 20 years, and Kansas is known for the dusty 30s, and like there was like millions of buffalo. They used to roam through there before the white man decided he was going to kill all the buffalo so he could move in that area. And see, when they moved in that area, after destroying the whole land, they weren't able to grow or do anything. So now what I'm saying is that I think that it's not going to be me or a human that's going to take vengeance, because I think that in a way the earth has always been a living entity in itself, and the fact that it provides life. It's in motion. It takes in substance and it lets out as much as the life it does, and it reproduces. And so I say it's a life in itself, and such that it has a survival mode. And if it's gonna die, that 1%, don't worry. What you're gonna rule is gonna be like a megasecond, where you're the survivor by your damn self. Because I don't think the planet it wouldn't have all the stuff that it had on it if it wasn't to maintain it. And that's one of the things what it was I was saying in our family about hey that if you know we don't take care of it, then it's gone. The end. Good night.